Hey everybody, Basket here. I want to give you a little update on the work I've done into this middle area. Built some stairs going all the way up. Then I widened the walls a little bit so that it would leave us more room. Up here, I don't have it going all the way up yet, just because I don't have a structure up there, so I didn't want monsters to come in. But this is the main area, and then I'm gonna actually have little offshoot rooms as it goes up for different things. And we'll get back to that room in a second. And over here, I did some sorting of my inventory, and then also made some of these chests be used for stuff. So this one stores the book stuff that used to be over here, and this is just some random stuff that's enchanted. And then we have cobblestone, smooth stone, which I'll actually need, so I'll grab that. Then we have dirt and other supplies like that. Monster drops, sort of precious materials or things like that. Redstone, which I still have to grab all the redstone stuff from the other base. Got my food, and then the nether supplies. So I think I'll grab these, because what I want to do today is work on potion brewing, as well as building a nether wart farm. So the first step is the nether wart farm, which I'm going to build up here. So this room, this area in here, I'm going to clear out, and I'm going to put in another wart farm. It doesn't need a whole lot of space, because I probably won't need too many, or too much. But I have a lot of space. I don't have to worry about sharing it with anybody. And then I'm going to have different rooms going off each way. So this could be, I mean, plenty tall if I wanted it to, because the next offshoot would be there if I were to have one there. So there's quite a bit of room, and I might put maybe bars or glass or something in here to have it look into the main entryway there. Sort of depends on how that looks. I might try a couple things. But I think what I'll do is I'll come back to you guys after I've cleared this out a little bit, and put in some of the soul sand and stuff like that. Alright, now we have the room all dug out, and the all the brick on the walls and the ceiling. So I'll go ahead and put the soul sand in. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do some sort of walkway around it, but I think I'll just make the whole room be the soul sand. That'll be fine. And then we can work our way over here and start planting some of these guys. We might actually have enough to cover the whole floor. Either way, they'll grow. Like that one started to grow. I think they have like 4 stages, and then when they're all grown, they'll be much bigger, and you'll get. It's kind of like wheat, I guess. Oh, I guess not quite enough to finish the whole thing, but that's right. So then what I want to do is try out iron bars. Oh wow, 16. I didn't realize we got that. I don't make iron bars very often. So let's make it, I think, raise that one from the ground, and then we'll see what that looks like. See if that looks cool from both sides. So that, yeah, that goes down to the edge. Alright, looks decent over there. How does it look over here? Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's get rid of this. And then we'll... Coming up, yeah, I think I'm gonna put some glowstone in there. In this chest. And the glowstone, you can also make glowstone lamps, but I think for this room I'll just put regular glowstone. And I'll put it, let's see, so this is the center. I'll put one here. Yeah, I'll put one here. And then put that brick back. And that should be enough light to do, I think, 3 over. Although, I guess we'll do 4 because of the way I set up this room. And then over here, trying to be careful with this pick. It's pretty It's actually the I made a new pick. The other one I have was basically broken down, so I put it over in that item frame to signify the enchanted items. So we can get rid of these, I think, and then that should be enough light to, I think actually nether wart will grow in bright or dark areas. So I think I'll let these guys develop some, so I can finish planting the rest, and then I'll have some extra so that when I work on the brewing stuff, I can tie that in. So I'll check you. I'll come back to you guys in a second after I have some nether wart extra after planting these guys. Alright, so I have almost a full stack, which is plenty for now, and that'll continue growing up there. We'll need to make some bottles for the potion brewing. Let's grab half of the stack for now. I've already set up an infinite water source over here. And then I also need to put down a crafting table. I want to go over a couple of basics real quick with potion brewing, but then also hoppers, because I don't think I've covered hoppers at all in this series yet. So let me make a chest real quick and a hopper. I guess I should make a couple more chests. So the basics of a hopper is that you can have, it'll move stuff from one thing to another. So if I put some of these in there, they'll funnel through and will end up in there. If I power this guy, so we'll make a liver, and so it already drained through. So we will turn it on, so now this is powered, and it won't go through. And then we turn it on, and that will go through. So I'm going to be using hoppers probably for the potion brewing stuff. Oh, I need the blaze rods. So I'll make a couple, at least, where are they? In here. We'll grab these for now. And then, that's good. Oh, I might need gold for the glistening melons. Ah, I should have grabbed all this stuff. And then I also wanted to grab gunpowder. I think that's it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay. I'll need to farm gunpowder at some point. I don't have very much. So the brewing stand we'll need to make, which is just that. Yeah. So brewing stand, some of the basics for that is you need water bottles, which you fill up from here. So you put the water bottles in, and usually the first thing you want to do is you want to put in another wart. So this little bar goes down, and that'll turn these into awkward potions, which don't do anything by themselves. And then I put some melons in here. So grab that. And these take... and then to make the healing potions, you may need glistening melons. So we'll do some of those. So right now these are awkward potions which have no effect. But then if you add a glistening melon, these will turn into level 1 healing potions. So you could drink that yourself to heal up some of your health. And then what we're going to do with that is add a gunpowder to it, which makes it a splash potion of healing 1. So you could throw it, and that's what I'm going to use mainly over here, so that when there's a bunch of zombies, I can throw it down. And since they're zombies, they get hurt from healing stuff. So I can throw the healing potion, kill them all, get the experience, enchant something, rather than sitting there and clicking over and over and over to kill all the guys. So that's the basics. So now I have that, and then we'll do one of these. So that'll turn them into splash potions of healing 1. You can also add in other things like redstone to make potions, generally speaking, to make potions last longer, and then glowstone to make it more potent, or the other way around. I forget which one's which, but this is the main stuff. So these guys I'll just put in here, and then next time I'm farming zombies I can use those. So that's the basics there. And then what I want to do with this guy, you can add hoppers to the top, which lets you put stuff into here. So the ingredients come into the top. Underneath they'll take these potions out, and then from the side we'll fill these up. So you fill these up from the side, fill this from the top, and then you pull stuff out from the bottom. But one of the tricks is to pull stuff out, you need to power the hopper so that because there's no, you can't power this guy or tell this thing whether or not it should actually take everything out. It's if there's a hopper that's unpowered below it, they'll drop through. So what I'd like to do is come up with, also if you do the ingredients in the wrong order, if I put the water in, let's just do that. So I'll put one water in, and then I won't do the nether wart first. I'll just waste a glistening melon first. So if you do it the wrong order, you'll end up with a mundane potion, which I think you might be able to use it as an offensive potion, but I don't typically use those. I think. I mean, I know I don't use them, but I'm not sure exactly. Usually I just throw these away. So if they come through and it's wrong, it's a mundane potion. If you look on the wiki, there's a whole chart of all sorts of different potions you can do. But generally speaking, you want to do nether wart first, and then your other stuff. So I'll need to make sure that the ingredients come through in the correct order into here, and then when it's all done, it'll come up to the bottom. So I'm going to build that setup in here. So I need to sort of test out a couple things that I wanted to try out. I want to see how long a button. So I actually need to invert cobblestone. Oh, I need redstone too. I need to invert the signal because I want to power the thing by default. I'm trying to see how many items go through when you hit the button, how many items will actually transfer through. So I'm going to put this here and this here, and then I'm going to put this. So now this is powered, and I'll put the button on the side. So if I take all the dirt and I put it back up here, this is this currently won't accept anything. So if I hit the button, so 2 get transferred in, one hangs out here. So I guess, so right now there's 2, so it's really 3, because there'll always be 1 just hanging out in there. So this is I guess that means that this is a 3-tick length, or a 3 something length. And so if I want to try and time stuff with that, I can try and shorten this so it's only 1 tick like I did down there. And I might do that. I have to think about that. But so I'm going to use that sort of idea to make it so that there's 3 different chests with the 3 different ingredients I need. The nether wart, the glistening melon, and then the gunpowder. So I can just hit a button and it'll brew that particular potion. I'll be making other potions too, so I'll need some sort of way of either overriding it, or I guess I could have another just standalone brewing stand by itself. But that's the setup I want to do. So I think I'm going to clear out a little bit of this and sort of ponder how I want to go through with the different mechanics and set up the basic setup, and then I'll come back to you guys. So I had to adjust my plan a little bit. I think I will need to do one of these things where I'll convert a button click into just a 1 pulse. So I think this might do it. I haven't tested it yet. So we have bottom chest, we have 1 in here in reserve, and then we have a bunch up there. So in theory, if I hit this button, that might let 1 through. It didn't. Okay, so let me try lengthening that a little bit. hit the button once, and we end up with one in. Okay, so I'm going to have this basic setup set up so that when I hit this button, there'll be two parts. It'll split up into two parts. One, it'll be shortened to just be one tick, and then that'll fire. So these are the nether wart, glistening melon, and then gunpowder. And so then what will happen is this one will get the one tick, so it'll drop one. This one will get one tick, it'll drop one. And that one will get one tick, and it'll drop one. I may need to delay it a little bit more than just one tick in between them, but basically it'll this one, and then that one. And then the idea is it'll come through, and then they'll fill up into this one. So that way, the first one will drop in. Once it's done, that inventory spot frees up, so then the next one will drop in. So these ones will be powered, except for that one tick when they need to be released. The other part of it is I need to, when I first hit the button, it'll empty out what's in here. And so then that'll be, let me think. No, I guess it won't empty out what's in here. I'll assume it's empty to start with. Or not empty. I guess, let me start over. So this is where water bottles will come through. There'll be a reserve, and so when I start, I assume that it's already, because this one won't be powered at all. It'll just flow water bottles in if it can. So I'm assuming it's going to start with water bottles. When I hit this button, a signal is going to go out, take a long time for the length that it would take to brew all these different things. So then it's assumed that we have the finished product here. And then once the signal finally gets to it, this one is 3 ticks. I may need to increase it depending on what happens. I don't want something to get stuck in here. But then the idea is that after these 3 things come through, it brews, then the signal finally reaches here, spits it out into this chest. And then once that happens, this one will put water bottles back in. So I guess while this is active, or while this hopper is not active, then what I'll have to do is make this one active, or powered rather. And so then that way, that way it won't try to put water bottles in here while this is emptying in. And then once this turns back on, this one will turn off, and that'll cause the water bottles to come back in here for the next round. So I'll have to figure out the length that it takes to actually brew one of these, and then just try because I'll have to have a long redstone delay to come through to do this part of it. And I'm going to double this here. I mean, it looks like it's only 3 wide, so it looks like I might be able to have another 2 here, but I'm going to have a lot of redstone. Like this signal here is going to come off to the side and stuff like that. So I'll have 1 here and then 1 there. Potentially I may actually move this over 1, and then they'll just be, let me see. So if it's 4 in from the side, so then there'd be a 1 gap in the middle. No, I think I'll leave it over to the side just to give it more room. And then that actually that works out, because here I'm going to have a redstone stuff here, so it's handy that it's in the corner. So that's the basic idea of what I'm going to implement. I'm going to get a test ready to find out how long of a signal I'll need to have to delay for each ingredient that runs through, and then we'll see how long the actual long delay has to be. So I'll go ahead and set that up. All right. So I have some of the redstone in place. There'll be more bricks here, but for now I took them out. So I increased the output space because I figured that would fill up pretty fast. And then over here is where the water bottles are filled in, and they run across here, and then they'll fill in here when possible. So right now I have it timed, so these are empty right now, so they won't actually brew anything. But right now I have it timed, so I have 3 water bottles here, and then 3 more ready to go. And so then when I hit this button, the delay will be longer, but I ended up with the 3 water bottles in here, and then 3 new ones come in there. So we'll empty these out just so I don't waste anything. And then I added in the delay And then this is the current delay that I have. I have it 2 ticks. So this is 1, this 3, and then 5. So we'll see if that's enough. So what I'll do is I'll put the different ingredients that I need in there. It won't actually brew right now because I don't have any water bottles. But so what I'll do is I'll put these in, and then we'll see if they come into here in the proper order. Or I guess the first one will drop in here, and then the next 2 will show up there. So let's see if this is enough of a delay back there to actually have the... Okay, so another wart, good. And nothing else came through. Interesting. Interesting. These are all pointing in the right direction. So that didn't work. Depowered. It seems like that should have worked. So this one gets depowered, so it goes. And then this one should get depowered. Unless it ended up below here? No? Okay, let's try again. If I hit it again, what happens? Just the nether wart. Very odd. So there's 5 and then 4. Huh. Wow. I must be missing something. Maybe... No. It's not too long. I guess I will need to add a button over here just so I can hit it and see what happens. So this is the same spot. So let's see what happens there. So that one depowers briefly, but these ones don't depower at all. Well. There must be something I don't know about when you send a 1-tick pulse through these. They might not behave the way I'm expecting them to. Well, okay. I guess I'll have to do some testing to find out how to do a 1-tick pulse with the delay. So I'll work on that. Alright, so I think I figured out, not in the most elegant way, but I think I figured out the issue in the back with the ingredients. I also ran into an issue with if these were on top of this, it wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to do. So I had to separate these a little bit, which meant moving these back and then putting non-powered stuff in the front to put it into here. So let me put the ingredients back in there. I need just the melon, okay. So the nether wart and glistening melon, and then gunpowder. So hopefully this will work. So right now there's nothing in here. Oh, there's stuff in here. So what should happen is that nether wart should drop into here, and then hopefully glistening melon goes here, and then gunpowder goes here. So let's see what happens. So I hit the button here. So I hit the button, and nothing happened. Interesting. Okay, so this... So it dropped into here. Okay, that's fine. Because it's holding one in reserve, because the 1-tick. So let me hit it again. So the glistening melon went first. And then... Okay. Not quite what I wanted. So let me just verify that. So that one has another wart, and I have to get under here to... And the melon. And the gunpowder. Okay, so they are all in there. These are all empty. Everything's empty. Hit it again. So the glistening melon... Oh, because it has less to travel. So I need to decrease it, or delay it even more. This is what I ended up doing. It's kind of ugly. And there has to be an easier way to do this, especially now that I have to delay this stuff even more. I mean, at this rate, because I'll need to add even more delay here, and you know, trying to do the one tick through this doesn't seem to work for some reason. So it might actually be better just to build this thing 3 times, but because of this here, I'd have to either keep them separated, one in between, or maybe stagger them so that they're on different, like the middle one might be further back. So maybe I'll set that up and then I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so I ended up going with having them all three of them side by side, and then this one's pulled out 2 blocks, and then it's kind of congested in there, but I think that it's in there and not conflicting. Whereas, so these redstone wires are blocked off, and so on. And then over here, I have the I don't know if this one's actually needed, but anyway. So this goes into the first one, and then I have 4 delay here. In fact, let's replace that with just a regular wire. So I have the 4 delay. Let's get rid of some of this wire. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Never mind. We'll just go like that. Okay. So 4, and then another 4, and then really it doesn't. I mean, the last couple doesn't really need to go. They don't need to go that quickly. So I guess maybe I'll just really delay them, since they can take their time, because I just need the first one in there quickly, which is this first one, and then the next take a bit to go into the one tick thingamabob. So let me grab. So I'm expecting. I was expecting more glistening. Oh, it's probably in here. Yep. Okay. So another wart, glistening melon, and gunpowder. I thought there would be what I used to have 4 gunpowder. Maybe I lost it somewhere. All right. So the first time I hit it, I'm expecting them to fill up the reserve. So this should probably be empty. Yep. Good. So let's verify. They're kind of hard to target. That one didn't do anything. Oh, what a shame. Oh, this is all on. Why is this all on? Ooh, there's an issue. Something is powering something else. Oh, this block is powering this guy next to it, which is making an infinite loop. So I need to have that guy there. And so when that powers, it's also going to power this. So I need to do that. And then when this block powers, I'm still going to power that. So I need to... I'll just move one of these. Alright, now let's see what that does. So I need to empty out... no, I guess... glistening melon. Where did they all go? They're all still up there. Alright, well, so let's do this. Let's grab the nether wart and the gunpowder from the buffer. And then put this, he's still in there, and then put this in there. Okay, so the first time I hit it, I'm expecting nothing to be in here. Good. And then these should have filled up with... So the glistening melon still isn't working. Well, it's probably because this is powering, which is powering this and that. So I need to put in more delays, or more repeaters, just so they don't get the signal. Let me make those real quick. So I need 2 of them. So I'll make that, and then hopefully, and I'll just make them 1 tick, so that way they won't, I won't lose my delay. So I need to put 1 here, and then 1 there, so that way these guys don't send the signal. So I need to put, where did this guy come from? Side of that. Okay. So this one, alright, so I need to put these buffers back up top. This is redstone things always turn into more complicated than planned. All my glistening melon is gone because I was messing around with the redstone. Okay, that's fine. So they're all up there. I hit the button. I expect nothing here. Good. Let's check these buffers. Good, glistening melon. And gunpowder. Okay, so if I hit it 1 more time, this should be nether wart. And then this should be, yes, glistening melon and then gunpowder. So let's pretend like I just brewed that. Brewed it. Then nothing's there, and then eventually the cycle will come through, empty everything out, and then I'll hit the button again. And this should be nether wart, glistening melon, good, and gunpowder. Okay, so that's all working. Great. So now I want to empty out everything but the nether wart because that's pretty renewable. And then what I can do is run some tests to find out how long it takes to brew. So I'll put these over here. Clean up some of my inventory a little bit. I need to find out how long of a delay I need to put down here for this thing to go. So what I'll do is I'm just going to do it for 1 thing, and then I'll see how long it needs to be. So let me. I need to make some more repeaters and stuff. So let me get prepped for that part of the project. All right. So I put in a guess of a delay down here. And then right now it's only filled up with a bunch of nether wart. I have a bunch of water bottles, and this should be empty. So I put the nether wart back up here, and I'll just test 1 bottle at a time. So I'll put that in, and it'll end up here. So what I want to do is hit the button to see if this is able to complete or not, and then we'll keep on increasing and decreasing it so that it just clears out just in time. So I'll hit the button. Watch, nether wart comes in. Oh, wow. I need a lot more of a delay. So I think that doing it through this won't work. I'll have to figure out a different plan. So I'll research different delays and see if maybe I can actually just find out on the wiki what the actual delay is for how long it takes to cook that up, and then change how this works. So I'll be right back. Alright, so this is somewhere completely different. I did some looking on the wiki, and it looks like it actually takes about 20 seconds per brewing. So I need 30 seconds delay, which is a pretty long delay for just repeaters. So what I did is I enchanted these shears with silk touch and unbreaking, so that way I can collect spider web, because the wiki also says that it takes about 24 seconds for an item to pass through spider web. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up spider web so an item will shoot into the spider web, slowly drift down, and then cross something like a little bit more, cross like a actually I think that's enough. I'll head out now. Across a tripwire which then triggers the bottom stuff to transfer out, and then the item that I drop in there will go back into the system, and then go back up to the top. So that way, when I hit the button again, I won't run out of items. Or if I need to, I can actually just fill it up with a lot of items. I'd try to find my way out of here. But anyway, I just want to show you that I got some cobweb with using the Silk Touch shears. So I use one of my Silk Touch books that I have. So I'll catch you back up at the top once I find out how to get back. Here's the setup I have down here. I haven't checked the timing with actually brewing stuff yet, but I did test to make sure that it actually does only drop through the 3. So the 3 empty, and then 3 new ones come in. So I have this craziness to increase the length of the signal that comes from tripping this wire. There's probably a better way of doing this, but this will work, I guess. So the thing dispenses 1 cobblestone, and then it slowly goes down, trips the wire, and then it comes through and it swaps out the ingredients, or rather the bottles. So here's what we can do. Let's take some of these guys and 2 more. So this will leave us with 3 that are already in here, so this will be the beginning state of everything. And then there should be 6 in reserve. So after we do this process once, hopefully we'll end up with splash potions of healing. And then there should be 3 water bottles here and then 3 back here. So let's go ahead and stock everything up. The gunpowder, and this goes here, and this goes here. And I believe, yeah, so the first time we hit it, it will be putting it into the buffer. So I guess I'll just manually do that. So, because otherwise there'll be a cobblestone, and then it might mess up our process. So I'll manually fill up, no, this one. Manually fill up these. It's hard to target. And then gunpowder in this one. Okay, so let's cross our fingers. I'll speed up the actual brewing process, but we'll see if this is long enough. This should be more than long enough for the spiderweb process to go through. So let's give it a try. Alright, so it did properly brew them. It has enough time. So then the question is how long extra do we have, because I used 3 cobweb instead of just 2. I think yep, okay, there it goes. So then now we have 3 water bottles. 3 water bottles, good. Let me make sure, yep. And then we have our splash potions here. So this is the setup. Because this is here and I had to put those there, that's why I have them sunk in. I may, another way you could do it is actually have these chests up one higher, and then forward more, so they're easier to get to. But I'm probably not going to make that change because I'll have to move all of this, I guess, up and then forward one. That's just too much work right now. So these will be sunk in, which is fine for me. So I just need to clean this up a little bit. And then this is the water refill, or the water bottle refill spot. I might clean this up also. And eventually I can put in another one here. But this has taken, as most redstone things do, taken a lot longer than anticipated. So I will clean this up, and then I'll just leave this one set up for now, and I can manually, I can also just manually set up potions too if I want to brew anything else that's different than the the preset stuff. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. One last extra little piece. So here is it cleaned up a little bit. There's a water source here so that I can easily fill up water bottles and then drop them into here. And then this is cleaned up a little bit, and then I got rid of some extra stuff in here. I still have to organize that chest, but I wanted to get some zombies going and then show you what the splash potion is for. So right now I'm at 16 levels. There's not a lot there. There's only 60 or so of them, but this will show an idea of how this works. So you just stand here, you throw the splash potion of healing, and then they all die. You don't have to worry about their thorns armor or any of that sort of stuff. And so usually I would wait till there's like 200 or so if I was from 0, and then that'll let me know, or that'll get me up to 30. But I just wanted to show you the splash potion, how that works. So I'll work on filling these guys up. Maybe next episode I'll have to, or at least soon, I'll need to go and kill a bunch of creepers. So maybe I'll go hunting in the desert for creepers to try and get a bunch of gunpowder. But there you go. That's how the splash potion works. Thanks for watching.